Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. Let's do a page. So I'm gonna do this one of my daughter and her boyfriend sitting on the swing on the beach, at the beach bar in Costa Maya, I think. No, Cancun. No, Cozumel. I'll get it sooner or later. I've got these three pictures. So I've got this one big picture of the two of them, and then I've got these three funny pictures of him falling off the swing. So what I think I'm gonna do is something like swinging through summer, like ... I don't know. Maybe. So I have these letters, so I'll do swinging in this. I have the word summer as a die cut, so I've already cut that. I think that will work. And then I've pulled out this Alpha Eclectic by Echo Park. I think these little box letters will be cute. So that's my idea. I have these, I have some ephemera, which is real cute. I have these tags. I think I'll probably cut a couple of tags. I really like this one, Life is Looking Good, because my daughter's wearing sunglasses. So I like that one, and maybe the I Love Sunshine. I don't know. Or this, On Vacation, is cute too. I think these two, but of course I probably want three. So I'll probably pick one more. Maybe this one is cute, and that can be journaling. So the papers I have are Summer Snapshots by, I'll spit it out in a minute. Summer Snapshots by Simple Stories. I have this paper, which I really do like, but I also have these cut aparts, which I could turn them into I could turn one of them into a tag as well. So I need to figure that out. What I thought I would do is use this as the background and do a big square of this, but I want to optimize keeping some of those tags, I think. So I'll probably do a smaller box, and then I was thinking maybe a torn strip of this also down it. I think that might be cute. And then, so if I do that, then the photos, I have to think about, maybe let's sketch it out. Let me find a little piece of paper. I do have, here. Let's sketch it out and see. My desk is a mess. I do need to clean it, but that's not happening today. All right, so let's say this is my 12 by 12. If I do a really big border, so maybe just 3 inches, 3 inches, that would be 6. 6-inch box is tough because the photo is 6 by 6. So let's maybe look at 8 by 8. And then I can save some of these. I just need to pick which ones I want to save. So an 8 by 8 box like this. So there'll be 2 inches there, 2 inches there. Then I I think maybe I'll do a double torn strip of the stripes. And then I can do, depending on how wide I do the strips, I could hide this, so I could even do this less than 8 by 8. I could do it 8 by 6. 6 by 8. And hide that under the strip. That'll save paper. And then I can do the big photo here. And then I could almost do the little photos sort of in a row down here, and maybe the title between them. Okay, we'll see if that works. All right, I'm gonna speed up from here on out. Off we go. All right, so this page actually came together pretty fast. I did decide to gut a little bit of paper out of the middle from this. I did it at the 3-inch mark, so I really didn't take that much out, just a 6 by 6 square. But it did enable me to fussy cut some of the images from the other side for the page in the end. And here I spend a lot of time trying to figure out which of these cut aparts would I most like to keep and which ones can I, you know, consume with this square. And I end up cutting just a, let's see, it would be an 8 by 6 square, because I know I'm going to cover up some of it with the torn strip. So I play some games here. It's a real struggle for me on cut aparts when I like the other side of it, to figure out what I can sacrifice and what I don't want to sacrifice. So I knew I wanted a big border. This is maybe a little tiny bit bigger than I had intended, but the end result is great. And it's a simple matte whatever border, that dark blue, so I'm okay with it. My white paper was a little bit thick there, so I just pulled that off. And then I'm gonna tear both sides of this strip. And I'm liking the way that looks, and I end up putting adhesive on the wrong side. And I'm just trying to center it so that it's approximately centered. Looks like I didn't quite get it centered top to bottom, but that doesn't matter either. And then I'm going to place my photos and figure out where those are going to live, and then what and where the small photos and the title will go. So I end up having to scoot the big picture over quite a bit because I really want that summer to be fully on that aqua paper. And I didn't like it overlapping the picture. I tried that out too. So that is approximately the photo layout. And then I'm going to pick out a couple of tags that I like. I also have to pay attention when I'm doing tags to, if there are words on it, am I fully covering up those words, or which way am I tucking that that tag so that the words show or don't show, or there's a featured element on one side that I don't want to cover up. But I do find a solution for these two little tags. And then I'm going to use a cut apart, and I'm trimming it down because it was a little bigger. It was a 3x4 cut apart. And so I'm just turning it into a tag. I'm using one of the other tags as a template. And I think it's real cute. And then also on cut apart, sometimes I just fussy cut out the image and don't use the cut apart or the tag, or I make the cut apart smaller, or I add fancy edges to the cut apart. Different things like that. So I sometimes get trapped in the cut apart is a 3x4 cut apart. How can I use a 3x4 cut apart instead of how can I modify this to make it work for my page? So just keep that in mind. It's just paper. You can cut it, you can modify it, you can add to it, you can take away from it. And it makes it a little more flexible and can make your pages more creative when you can change things up. Like, I'm much happier with that cut apart as a tag, as a skinnier tag with all of the stripes on it than I was with it as the full cut apart. This is a real cute little swag that I'm going to hang at the bottom. I end up cutting off that black framed box though. I didn't love it. I didn't really need it. I'm trying some of these other tags to see, can I add them? Can I put a tag on top of a tag? I didn't love it. This one I decide I like, but I'm gonna fussy cut that image off, those florals, instead of, so I just lay that there. I'm gonna use those florals on there. And then I have this other little tag that's real cute. Well, I almost made it through my recording without the dogs going crazy. I let them go chase something in the backyard. All right, so I'm back. So I take that little embellishment and add it on top of where the square was, but I do end up cutting that square off. Again, modifying an embellishment. So right now I'm just auditioning. I'm looking for, and this is not from the same set. This is from Pool Party, but some of the colors are the same. Some of them are not. So I'm just picking a few things that I think will work because I don't have a chipboard for this Simple Stories pack. So I've got one pair of sunglasses on there, but I liked this other one, and so I need to find a home for them. So I'm trying to make sure there's a little bit of chipboard in each of those tag clusters. That's where I'm sort of trying to focus my little cluster areas. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go off. And I've stuck everything down, apparently except that tag. And I've also added some little string to the tags and cut the holes. I chose not to ink everything on here. It didn't need it. I didn't know what color I would ink. And I just didn't think it was necessary because I wouldn't have inked the torn edges. And so I left it. Sometimes I do clean pages. Sometimes I do inky pages. So these are some enamel dots. They're actually from a different company. And I think we're ready for some close-ups. Here I'm thinking, do I want to add splatters? No, I don't think I do. I'm going to leave it. All right, so here we go. A fun little cluster here at the top with some chipboard, and you can see those fussy cut balls, beach balls that I cut. I love the mixed font title. Cute little bit of chipboard, a little bit of fun. That fussy cut floral cluster. And thanks a lot for watching, you guys.